doctor's appointments within the week? No, I'm just kidding. I won't be terrible that way. But it'll be a good time. Amen. It's time we be men and take our place as leaders. I have one in agreement. Bless the Lord. We'll get there. Okay, if you could turn to Luke 19. Luke 19. I said earlier, today I like to almost refer to Vision Sunday. For 30 to 40 minutes, we're going to be talking afterwards about where we are as a church family. And yes, there's some practical things that we're going to have to go over, just so that you know kind of where we're at. But we are not confined by our finances. We're not confined by our strength that we have in these bodies. We are released by the power of the Holy Spirit. And so while those things that we have in our lives are oftentimes a guidepost, they're kind of a litmus test, if you will, there's not the end-all, be-all in those things that we see with our own eyes and feel with our hands, because Jesus is on the throne. So I want to encourage you. Make sure you make time if you ever possibly can for that time. But today I want to talk about vision, the importance of vision. Luke chapter 19, verses 1 through 10. There's a good brother named Zacchaeus. Anybody remember Zacchaeus? Anybody know Zacchaeus? Bless the Lord. You will today. Verse 1, he entered Jericho and was passing through. This is Jesus. And you can imagine the whole slew of the disciples and people were following him out. He entered Jericho, was passing through, and behold, there was a man named Zacchaeus. He was a chief tax collector and was very rich. He was seeking to see who Jesus was, but on account of the crowd, he could not, because he was small in stature. So he ran on ahead and climbed up into a sycamore tree to see him. For he was about to pass that way, and when Jesus came to the place, he looked up and said to him, Zacchaeus, hurry, come down, for I must stay at your house today. So he hurried and came down and received him joyfully. When they saw it, they grumbled. He has gone in to be the guest of a man who is a sinner. Zacchaeus stood and said to the Lord, behold, Lord, the half of my goods I give to the poor, and if I have defrauded anybody of anything, I will restore it fourfold. And Jesus said to him, today salvation has come to this house, since he is also son of Abraham. For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost. I want to tell you about vision today. Vision's a hot topic. You know, when you go to especially nonprofits and organizations, oftentimes with corporate, they'll say, what's our mission statement? What's our vision statement? What's something that guides us in our walk, in our journey as an organization or as a company? It's one of those things that we put together and say, okay, this is going to help to guide. If our decisions don't align with this statement, these core values that we have, then we don't do it. And so we oftentimes will look at a vision. What's the vision for your life? And unfortunately, the onus comes upon us. What's my vision? What do I see? Because he was rich. He was rich, and he was rich off the earnings of his, I wouldn't even call them friends, the people that he lived with and did business with. So when I say he was like the bank of the financier, it's not like he was just like the bank of society. This is a guy who dealt with money, 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 money. The one concern was money. And so he comes and he wants to see Jesus. He jumps into this tree. You can imagine what happens when Jesus looks at him and says, hey, I got to have some money. And everybody's going, are you kidding me? He doesn't even deserve to be with you. If anything, he should be taken out and stoned to death. And yet Jesus says, but I'm gonna hang out with you. I'm gonna be with you. Everything about this situation is odd. completely lives up to the ministry of Jesus. He doesn't function according to the norms of society. But he walks past, he says, come on down, and you see a total heart change for Zacchaeus. A change of vision. A change of lifestyle. Nowadays is being torn in 100 different directions. I got this to do, I got that to do, I got this to do, I got that to do, I got this, I got that. Culture, the norm of our culture is to say, I'm this way, I'm myopic. I've got something to do and I'm going to do it. I'm tiring for you because I know that once you start talking to me, it'll be an hour and a half, and I don't have an hour and a half. I don't have 15 minutes to give. I don't have 20 minutes to give. I don't have 30 minutes to give. What's the norm for you? I love Santa Paula because what it has done for me is one of the points for John Farmer. It has begun to stir a new understanding and a new awareness of those around me. Something that had been shifted in my DNA because of living in the city for how long. Now, I'm not against the city or anything like that. I'm not saying they're bad or anything like that. It's a different type of life. It shouldn't necessarily be. But we get caught up in the norms of society, not the norms of Jesus. Jesus was creating a new norm. To focus on the people that need to be focused on. And to say, I want to, today, I am compelled to be with you. To remain. Now, if you look at the scripture there, you'll see where it says, I want to go to your house. He went to the house and they said, what is he doing dining with sinners? What is he doing going to their house? That's crazy. You look at that word and it actually has implications to it. It's not just about going to somebody's house and being there. It almost has an idea of commitment. It has an idea of agreement. It has an idea of alignment. Jesus was not saying, I'm going to go hang at your house, we're going to have a quick meal together, we're going to have a few laughs, and then I'm on my way. Because now I got some other places to go. I got people to heal, I got people to talk to, I got people to... He says, I'm coming to your house, but I want to agree with you permanently. You're not just a checkbox. I believe that when it comes to the way the vision that God has given to us, that we would see the journey that we are on, not as a bunch of checkboxes. What are the things that God wants you to align with Him and to agree with Him, but to be that for other people? What does it say to us that I'm gonna say, Letha, how much you want to be praying for your brother? That when she comes to me and talks with me and says, Pastor, can we pray at church? Pastor, can we lift up my brother? It's eating at me. And I'll just say, yes, we're going to pray for you. And then walk out these doors and forget. But then I'm going to say, I'm going to pray, and it's not that I have to say, hey, I'm going to keep praying for you, as if I have to remind myself. But it becomes a part of my understanding to say, I'm going to be aligned with you because you're my sister in Christ, and I want to help you get to that place of comfort, of peace, and of prayer. I'm not God. I don't know. I can't heal her brother, but I know who can. And a part of that understanding is trusting. I know that my dad's gone through tough stuff. And we've had to have some serious conversations saying, we have got to trust in the Lord. He's walked with God. He's been in ministry for 40 some years. And yet we still, when you face these things, it's difficult. It's tough. It's hard to have a vision, to have an understanding to say, hey God, what do you want me to see in this particular situation? But we have to get to that point where it says, I'm not just here to pray for you when it feels good. I'm not here just to go after when the doctors give me a bad deal. Dad, it's awesome that you have these encouragements. It's great the doctors give me this sign, but we're going to keep praying. And he goes above and beyond. That we walk this life with people, aligning, committing, being more than the church of God and becoming the family of God. Break the norms. Do what culture says. Let's do what God says. Let's be like Jesus. I must remain with you today. Third thing. So first, vision is less about what you seek and more about that God is seeking you. Vision is less about our norm and more about his norm. Number three, vision is less about what you accomplish, more about what God wants to accomplish in you. Zacchaeus has an interesting understanding. He says, okay, as soon as he has his moment with Jesus, he says, now I'm going to give it all back and then some. I'm going to give it all back and then some. And Jesus says, oh, salvation has come to this house. But he doesn't do it because God bought, or this guy Zacchaeus bought a salvation. He didn't buy God's good graces. He understood. See, God was accomplishing something in him. He made it a part of his life. Today, salvation has come to this house. It says he's also the son of Abraham. For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost. I want to finish with this. The lost are not simply those who don't know Jesus. We kind of break it a little bit of mold, maybe some paradigm shifting here. I've come to seek and save the lost. Did he come to save those who were not saved? Absolutely. Did he only come to save those who were not saved? No. He also came to save you and me. Because I don't know about you. There's plenty of days that I feel pretty lost. Have you ever been blindsided by an event in your life? Have you ever come to a situation that has so taken you off guard that you don't even quite know how to process forward? And you sit there and you crack open your Bible and you pray, and you're like, God, I don't even know how to pray right now. I don't know how to accept this. I don't know how I'm supposed to treat so-and-so. Because I hate them. I hate what they did to me. I can't believe that so-and-so broke that trust with me. I will not forgive them. I don't understand how this happened. God was taking care of everything. I had saved. I had God, and then all of a sudden, all that I have saved is squashed up. And how I'm going to live the rest. I remember just watching. I never really had an opportunity to talk with him, but I remember sitting there and going, man. And I started to understand. There's times when I've been with people, I've talked with people that happen suddenly. Things happen and just totally change their life, their plan, their vision. A spouse passes. They lose their house. They lose their situation. I'm going to study there. Oh man, I was there. I'm like a geek boy when it comes to like the studying and all the academics. I love it. When I went through college, my goal was to have every letter behind my name. MA, MDiv, PhD, MDiv, multiple PhDs. I was going to do it all. And I had a lot of professors pushing me on. Yeah, you can do it, Farmer. Go for it. And I sat there and I was excited. I was planning it out. I was going to go to this university. I was going to go to that. I was going to do this correspondence. I was going to do that. Until I got to my knees and the Lord said, but why are you doing that? Farmer, what are you trying to accomplish? Lord, I want to be a great servant for you. You don't. You want to have a lot of shine by your name. Okay. It was a moment of realization for me. It's not about what I accomplish. It's about what I allow God to accomplish in me. What's the vision for your life? But not through these eyes. Through those. Because you see, the desires and the gifts and the skills and the talents that you have, guess where they came from? So if you don't like Cole, trust me, I don't think he's going to call you to preach at the Penguins in Antarctica. If you don't like music, I don't think he's going to ask you to pick up the guitar. God's given you those talents. So chances are what he's calling you to do is going to be right along the DNA that he's wired you with. It's not a big puzzle. It's not a big mystery. But the rub comes when we take those God-given talents and skills and gifts and we become skewed to see how they're going to work with these eyes. Lord, may our vision be that of may I look at the gifts and the skills that God has wired into our mind DNA, your DNA. May you see those things and say, Lord, what's the norm that you want to establish here? What is it that you want to accomplish here? Lord, what is it that you see here? I'm telling you, if you can answer those questions, you will have God's vision for your life. And like Zacchaeus, you may not go down to the bank and empty it out and give it to everybody. I don't think God doesn't do that. He may. But God's going to look and say, look at it. My salvation has come to this person, to this house. Because I came to save the lost. I came that people who had no idea where to go would find their map. But make no mistake, God also came for those who got their map and got lost and need to find their road again. He came to seek today. He must. He wants to remain with the lost. There will be a lot of people who don't like it. I can't believe it. How in the world could you hang out with those people? How in the world could the church look like that? Well, because we're all messed up. Very simple. We just need God's vision. Amen?